Hey, welcome. Today we are going to break down something absolutely essential, how to figure out who your target audience really is. We're going to walk through a really cool framework of 6 critical questions that, honestly, can change your entire game.
Okay, so let's just dive right in with the big one. I want you to take a second and really think about your own business or project. Who is it actually for?
Now be honest, did your brain immediately jump to everyone, or maybe anyone with a credit card? If it did, hey, you are not alone. That is the most common answer by a long shot.
But it's also the most dangerous answer. So if everyone was your answer, you're in exactly the right place. Because we're going to fix that right now.
So where do we start? Well, funnily enough, before you can figure out who they are, you have to look inward. This first section is all about asking some foundational questions about your own business.
So let's kick things off with question number 1. And this one can be surprisingly revealing. You know, this question really stumps a lot of people. We have this idea that we have to serve anyone and everyone who comes knocking. But that's not true. You are in the driver's seat. You get to decide who you want to serve and where this journey is going.
And when you frame it like that, it totally changes the vibe, right? This stops being some dry marketing exercise and becomes this really empowering, coaching-style conversation. It's all about making a strategic choice that puts the power right back in your hands.
And this naturally leads to the most important follow-up question in the world. Why? Why are you even doing this? Why do you want to work with these people? And what makes you better than everyone else out there? Getting crystal clear on these answers, well, that solidifies your mission, your vision, your values, the entire bedrock of your brand.
Okay, let's move on to the second question. This one kind of flips the script from who you want to work with to who really needs what you've got.
So what we're trying to nail down here is which group of people will be the most responsive. Like who is going to get the absolute most value out of what you're offering. And listen, if you don't have a clear answer to this, that's a huge red flag. It's a sign that it is time to do some research, maybe run some focus groups, and find out.
All right, we've done a bit of soul-searching with those first 2 questions. Now it's time to look outward. Section 2 is all about scanning the landscape, what's going on in the market and with your competition.
And that brings us right to question number 3.
Look, you do not have to reinvent the wheel here. A really smart move is to just look at who your competitors are talking to. It gives you massive clues. Their audience is probably pretty similar to your potential audience, unless, of course, your brand is doing something totally different.
And that idea of being different is the perfect little bridge to question number 4.
You have to be super specific here. Vague stuff like, oh, we spent more money on it, or we've been working on it for 10 years, that just won't cut it. What are the real, tangible things a customer will notice right away that makes your thing better than what they're using now? That's what you need to figure out. Okay, we're heading into the home stretch. For our third and final set of questions, we're going to take everything we've learned and use it to sharpen our focus and pick a winning strategy.
And question number 5 presents a huge fork in the road, a fundamental choice every single business has to make. So, are you trying to be the next Coca-Cola, something for literally everyone on the planet? Or are you aiming for a very specific, well-defined group? This is an absolutely critical decision.
Let's just break this down. Going after the mass market, that takes a massive, multi-million-dollar budget. For most of us, that's just not going to happen. Niche marketing, on the other hand, is such a smarter play. It's way more cost-effective, it lets you pour all your resources and creativity into one focused area, and you know what? It usually has a much, much higher success rate.
And finally, our 6th and last question helps you zoom in and get even more specific.
Just think about it for a second. Does your product naturally click with millennials, or maybe women, or a particular ethnic group? If you can spot a strong, natural connection like that, you can focus all your energy on making that relationship as strong as possible. And that is a recipe for serious loyalty and profitability.
So to wrap all this up, let's talk about taking this to the next level. Because truly understanding your audience goes way deeper than just demographics. It's about understanding the psychology of connection.
Yeah, we're talking about psychographics, basically understanding people based on their personalities, their values, their lifestyles. Now, the big ad agencies have all sorts of complex tools for this, but you can start by just listening. Seriously, pay attention to the language your ideal customers use, what they're interested in, what they really value.
And speaking of psychology, check out this incredible piece of data. A whopping 65% of the population are visual learners. That is a golden nugget of information. It tells you exactly why having strong visuals in your advertising isn't just a nice little extra, it is absolutely critical if you want to make a real connection.
And this is why this final point is so important. You have got to do your homework. You have to understand cultural nuances and avoid making some dumb mistake by accident. Because like the quote says, once you've broken that trust with your audience, it is incredibly hard to ever get it back.
So there you have it. The 6 critical questions that will help you finally define your audience. Now that you know what to ask, I guess the only question left is, what are your answers going to reveal?